If you've ever been told as a lady that your standards are too high or that you're expecting too much, you are not alone, and this video is for you. Today, we are going to be talking about something really interesting that most ladies get shamed about, especially when they find themselves in the midst of misogynistic individuals. High or low standards, who sets the rules? Talking about misogyny, it's very common to find men being vocal about what they expect in their partners or in their relationships, and that's totally fine. But once a lady, as much as voices out what she expects in a partner or in a relationship, she is dragged by whatever thing she has on her hair. You'd start finding people getting very opinionated, like, oh, you're going to get old in your father's house. Especially if she tries to mention anything material, gold digger, you this, people will say some really horrible things. But baby girl, don't let anybody shame you for having standards, because even our Lord Jesus Christ had standards and he proved it. When he asked Peter the apostle, for instance, Peter, do you love me? Peter responded in the affirmative. What did he say? He said, feed my sheep. He didn't just say, okay, you said you love me. No, he proceeded. He said, feed my sheep. And our Lord Jesus asked this question so don't let anybody shame you for having your standards or having what you expect, especially when it comes to a relationship. Only be certain that it doesn't conform to the world. And this reminds me about somebody who was really interested in me, that wanted us to get into a relationship that could lead to marriage. But talking to this person, I got to realize that they didn't meet with some of my non-negotiables, and it's not even anything material. I care so much about a kind person. I like to believe that I'm a kind person. Well, I am a kind person. So I'm very, very particular about how you treat people. How do you talk to me when I offend you? You know, putting all these things together. So I was trying to tell this person, like, hey, we can't work out because, like, I'm not really comfortable with the way you talk to people, especially when you're upset. Sometimes even when this person's not even upset, like if you hear the things they say, I'm like, ah, this is much bitterness. Like, what's going on? And to further prove that I was right about whatever conclusions I made about this person, they tell me, like, oh, you're doing shakara for me now because you're young. Don't worry, when you turn 40, you're going to be begging for a cripple to settle with you. I'm like, hold up, bro. If our Lord Jesus Christ tarries, even at age 100, I'll still be that girl. Hey, you can't use age and hold me to ransom. Are you for real? I mean, these are some of the things you hear once you are vocal about, like, what you expect in a partner or in a relationship, but this shouldn't stop you. So today I'm going to be giving out 3 points that I have come up with that I believe will help each and every one of us come up with the right standards, on whatever partners we want to choose or whatever thing we'd expect in our relationships. Number one, what do you bring to the table? I mean, this is a conversation that most ladies are usually very uncomfortable with, but it's important for you to have something that you bring to the table. You should have your own, because we don't want stories that touch, we don't want to start hearing some insulting remarks, some disrespectful remarks. So you should have what you bring to the table. You know, before you start shouting, this person is not my type, this person is not my type. Are you your type's type? It's important to ask yourself that question. Are you your type's type? If your type took you to where their types are you going to be comfortable? These are questions you should ask yourself. You know, if you're not going to be comfortable, then you make the necessary adjustments. This takes me to the second point, which is have an honest conversation with yourself. For instance, you might be wanting, let's talk about the movie that trended so much last year. I'm not sure I remember the title, but the Odogu and his Achalugo kind of, that movie. You'll find that the Achalugo, she was a working lady. I mean, she had her job and then she had her business. So you that is wanting an Odogu, are you an Achalugo? You see the way the lady carried herself, the way she talks with so much femininity. Like, have these honest conversations with yourself. You might be wanting people of a certain caliber, of a certain class. Can you attract those? Like, do you look like it? Do you look like what you want to attract? I mean, you should look like what you want to attract. So you should have these honest conversations with yourself. Now, I'm not by any chance saying you should not try to, upgrade yourself because probably you're coming from a certain place. You should not desire to be at a certain place, but you have to work towards it. I know old Nollywood movies sold this narrative to us, like you'd see this prince walking in his caravan, and then he finds this lady with her calabash, you know. But those things happen in movies. Well, it could still happen in real life. I cannot play with grace, but more often than not. So it's important for you to have these honest conversations with yourself. And number three, compromise. Please hear me out. When I talk of compromise, I'm not saying you should compromise your Christian beliefs, so please, I beg. I'm talking mostly compromising. For instance, myself, I'm really tall. I'm 5'9". I used to be of the opinion like, please, do an ideal man for me with somebody who is probably 5'9" and above, you know. But looking at Kevin Hart and Eniko Hart, I'm drawn to say, okay, I don't mind somebody who is maybe 5'9", but not below 5'6", please. You know, now be 5'2", like, hello, where are we going to? But you get the thing of compromising. Please, not your Christian beliefs. Do not, by any chance, don't compromise on your Christian values. But those, especially those physical aspects, you might be wanting dark skin, light skin. Those things don't really matter. So you could try to compromise on some of these things. These 3 points that I've listed, we can be able to come up with realistic standards and what we expect in our various relationships. And this brings us to the end of our video for today. I trust that you enjoyed it. I trust you learned a thing or two from it. Please subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. Like, comment, share, invite others to this channel. Let's grow this community. Until I come your way again next time, be blessed.